This is going to be a difficult conversation. It's not going to be easy. This is going to be a hard one. And why is it going to be a hard one, you say? Well, it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Something I actually didn't want to go over because this actually came out while I was on my vacation. And I saw it on my last day of vacation. And I was like, what the f am I looking at? And actually, since then, it technically no longer existed. And what I'm speaking of is this, which there's a tweet for and there's articles on. And basically what this is someone being this person, made a website where you can basically post bounties on players to get their games thrown. You pay money for people to go and stream snipe or to just find them in games and throw their games. And their justification behind it at the time was this tweet down here. Put a bounty on griefers and throwers. Incoming. The first person on the X account says, promising a system that offers an 80% payout for those who successfully throw matches in retaliation. Someone queues in, throws it back, and gets paid. And I didn't want to talk about this because it actually, to my knowledge, did get shut down. The entire website was basically vibe coded, and someone went in, breached it, and got all the info of every single person who had used it. Like, literal around, find out, there you go, you lost all your info, right? If you used a credit card, good luck to your credit card. Probably should have used a PayPal, but you probably had to sign in or you had to send it, however the payment system was. And that should have been the end of it. That should have been the end of it. But it's not. There are still, there's like a Discord server still for it. And Day actually popped into my chat earlier and gave me a replay code of his match, which he told me, I haven't even looked at it yet. We're going to look at it in a few minutes. It told me that basically both teams were trying to throw his game. His own teammate was trying to throw the game to claim the bounty, in which the other enemy team was trying to throw the game to keep him from claiming the bounty. Because the bounty was like $200. And you know what the funny part of all of this is? I know who this is. Those who are old Overwatch people, you can go back and find it. You could find it through Reddit and other things. That person literally started a hate brigade against me that still once in a while pops up to this day. I'll tell you what it was. On April Fool's, I think it was 2023, a common thing a lot of streamers do is they turn on ads for subs. I turned on ads for subs on April Fool's about 2 hours into my stream for 2 hours. And everybody was in on the joke. Everyone was in on it. Everyone was going, oh no, like every time his ads went off, like every 20 minutes, oh no, guys, Twitch is broken, subs are getting ads. And everyone was like Pepe laughing and joking their way through it. And then when every once in a while, somebody who got like a little confused and couldn't understand the joke would be like, wait, really? Do I have to like resub? And then someone else would message back to them, be like, no, it's a joke. It's April Fool's, right? Everyone was in on it. There was nobody in my chat at the time who legitimately got confused. So then they went to Reddit, said I was scamming viewers, stuff like that, started this whole shit, then tried to go to Twitter. I wish I still had the screenshot, man. He tried to go to Twitter, and guess what? Twitter at the time was not that crazy. It was like, dude, you're a weirdo for this. It was clearly a joke. And they ended up just deleting it and going away and pretending like it never happened. But same guy, funny enough. So I already know who this person is. They're kind of a piece of shit. Regardless, though, this stuff still exists. And I am actually in awe that NetEase, who is very terminally online, by the way, so we don't want to sit here and say, oh, NetEase probably doesn't know about it. They absolutely know about it. NetEase, of all companies, is not a company that around. They really are not. They're one of the biggest problems or biggest companies you want to ever have a problem with. The fact that NetEase has not taken actual legal action yet is a little bit disappointing. I know it's still a little early, but I think NetEase should bring the hammer down and genuinely make an example the same way like Fortnite did. Make a example. And let's go look at one of these matches and see what it ends up looking like. Like, people say the game is dying, whatever. I truly don't think it is. I already recorded my thoughts on all that kind of stuff. Here's the stat line for the game. Take your time. Look at it. Here's Day. Here's two teammates that actually wanted to help him. Here's a 3 stack of people trying to throw his game to claim the bounty. Look at the enemy team. 0-42, 2-16, 2-28, 0-21, 0-3. Their name, by the way, is Send 5 I Throw. 2-16. Enemy team 57, 0-57, 0-55, 0-59. And then these 3 trying to win. They're trying to prevent the bounty from being claimed. That's why the enemy team threw. The enemy team was throwing to prevent the bounty from being claimed because they wanted to claim the bounty. Or they just didn't want the bounty to be claimed in general, but it could be either one. I actually don't know technically the answer. So have you noticed on the feed down here, by the way, there's already markers on here and they haven't even left spawn yet.
Get ready.
You guys want to talk about like not saying you, but like community you. Do we want to talk about like problems, like, you know, content, balance, whatever? That shit's all literal piss in the wind. This is actual problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what honestly started the downhill slide of Valorant. So the game has officially started, by the way. The game is now officially started. We have an 0-3 and 0-3 and 0-2. I'm gonna hop over the other side, look at Day's POV.
We are in the front.
The door opens. Watch this. The door opens.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Just watch the top right-hand corner. Just watch the kill feed. You can see it, right? And so here's where we are. Here's where we are now, okay? Cart's moving a little bit. Fight actually happened. Day, you actually fighting people? Are people actually fighting back?
Watch out, they're headed our way.
I think that Jeff was actually sort of trying. Sorta. And so we have 3 teammates on the cart currently. They're trying. Or 2 teammates on the cart. And then this guy kind of keeps walking up and like contesting, but then he just like insta dies. So like I'm assuming that guy's not part of it. He just doesn't know what to do. He's just kind of like, okay, my team's throwing, everyone's throwing. What do we do? But like this is the game. Where is everyone? Look at the kill feed in the top right above. Look at the kill feed top right. That guy is actually trying to play the game, by the way, the Sana guy. He's the only guy on the enemy team who has damage so far. Do I have a bounty? Bro, go ahead, throw a bounty on me. I'll throw my own game. You can come in and give me 50 bucks. I'll throw my own game. Okay, man. Like, I do not... I'm at the point where it's like, okay, sure, man, I'll just queue another one. Whatever. And then, you know what? If it's real bad, I'll just go play ZZZ. I'll go play God of War. I'll go play Overwatch. I'll go do some other shit. You know, it ain't that serious for me. You know, I don't, like, it's like, but like, that shit shouldn't even happen in general. You already throw every game, so there's no need to? Exactly! I'm already throwing my own games. By the way, look at the enemy team. They're still just instantly just jumping off the map as fast as they can. How often does this happen? Well, apparently Jay had it happen to him the other day. Someone said Jay was spectating a game of this. And then Boger apparently spectated a game of a Spidey going 0-60. So I don't know. Good question. I don't get why the other team's killing themselves. So for people who have missed it, what's happening is that there is a $200 bounty on Scythe Guy, who is Day, the streamer. And so the enemy team is trying to throw... Sorry, his team is trying to throw the game to claim the $200 bounty because they want to prove they threw his game. That actually, that's a good question. For people who are asking, why do they keep jumping off the map? Why don't you just sit and spawn? Well, it's probably proof, right? They can screenshot the scoreboard and be like, look, I have 50 deaths. I went 0-40. I threw his game, right? Like, it wasn't, I just had a game with him and I lost. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a very blatant, I threw his game. And so it's probably easier, or it might even be part of like whatever contract you quote unquote have to do to, or like to claim the bounty. Only one person gets the 200. True. But I'm sure either they're all fighting for it or they're going to split it, maybe. Regardless, so the enemy team is actually fighting to keep him from the other team from getting the bounty. At first, I was hoping that they were just throwing to stop like their throwing to like counteract it. No. They're throwing to try to keep them from claiming the bounty because they want to claim the bounty. So it's not even W enemy team. They're just trying to cuck the people throwing because they want to get the money. Wait, what? They were throwing to raise the bounty and get on my team? What do you mean raise the bounty? Can you explain that? Wait, every time I win with throwers, it got higher. It started at 50? What? Because I was watching the website. Wait, so if you get a thrower on your team and you won with the thrower, the bounty went up? Yo, I'm so dead serious. I hope to God someone from NetEase actually ends up seeing this. Like, I dead ass think you guys should throw the book. Literally call the Chinese government. Bring this shit in. Quibbles was at 500. It's insane. $500 to throw one game, dude. Balance. That's an issue.
Might be a good time to stop them.
Bro, I'm about to sign in on another computer in the other room and throw my own game for the 500 bucks. The same guy is the guy who claimed me and Jitward's bounty. I can link you if you want. Give me that sauce. Give me it. Link me it. Oh yeah, have you linked me it? Hold on. Most people would blame the person who created the website, claiming it encourages throwing by adding cash to the mix, but if anything, they should highlight a serious problem with how easy NetEase is on throwers. There should be much harsher penalties, plus 30 plus days. Hi Anonymous, your claim on Jitward has been reviewed and approved. Payout $245.34. ETA within 4 days. Hi Anonymous, your claim on SG Day has been reviewed and approved. Payout $160. It's the same guy. Websites like Intless do not create the problem of throwing. They expose and monetize a weakness that already exists. When developers like NetEase fail to meaningfully enforce competitive integrity, third parties inevitably step in to fill the gap. That's an insane take, but okay. If the maximum consequence for deliberately sabotaging matches is only a short suspension, the risk-reward equation becomes distorted. A 6-hour ban is not a deterrent, it's a minor inconvenience. In games like Marvel Rivals, competitive matchmaking is meant to reward skill and teamwork. Light penalties send the opposite signal. I personally witnessed a match on Day stream when both streams had 3 or more players and 40 deaths. Oh, this is the one we're looking at currently. Holy shit. I mean, it's also hard. Okay, how do I explain this? I think it's really hard for games to know when someone's quote-unquote throwing, right? Because sometimes people report people for throwing that just have a bad game. This is one of those instances, though, that it should be so blatantly obvious, right? If someone goes 0-40, they're clearly throwing, right? Clearly. So, like, that is in some ways a point for them towards NetEase, right? Where it's like NetEase should not see a game where someone goes 0-40 and goes, yeah, that guy's definitely not throwing. We need to fix that one, right? However, though, people in general always say like, oh, this person's throwing, doing whatever, even when they're not. So how do you find a mix between that? There's probably should be a system. You're right. There's in some ways should be a system. That said, though, and absolutely does not mean third-party systems should step in. I think that's kind of crazy. I think that that's literally a lawsuit waiting to happen. I hope that NetEase brings the hammer down. Also, it looks like they're kind of trying now. Like, I got 1 kill. Wait, where's the Send 5 I throw guy? Where is that guy?
It's Spider-Man!
He's like making it look like he's fighting back against you, but he's just not. Oh, they're kind of fighting back now. Wait, so... Wait, what? Okay. That's crazy.
The current score is
And then we move on to switching sides.
3.
And his own team already jumping off the map. They're probably fighting back to waste Day's time. Yeah, probably. I couldn't queue normally for 3 hours.
The battle
3
steps are
hours?
5, 4,
I know Rivals devs have been on like break because of like Chinese New Year and they were gone for a while, but they're back now. Does this make you want to not play the game? I mean, I would probably not want to play versus this. If this was happening to me, I'd probably just go play something else for the day. I'd be like, okay, not worth my time. This is unbelievable. Look at your POV. Probably will get banned for it either. I don't think they did. I mean, we don't know actually. I mean, I'm gonna report them at the end of this and see what happens. But like, just look at the kill feed. They're still going. They're up to 37 deaths apiece.
Regenerate so I can beat you again.
Where's the Groot on the enemy team? Oh, yep. Oh, there he is.
almost there. Don't
Who
turn
else?
back now.
I don't give
Are
up
they
so
invis?
easily.
Oh, they're all dead. Are they actually fighting? Like, is this guy even fighting back? It's like they're trying to sell it like they're fighting back, but they're not. I think it's like the one guy who's actually trying. I think.
More health is never bad.
I think this is like the one guy. What rank is this? Low Eternity.
That came in handy.
Is this guy kind of trying too? I can't tell.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
Is this a game where they're both throwing? Yeah, just look at the top right. Look at the kill feed as I'm talking.
Heads up, back
They're up to
guys.
45 deaths a pop now. 43, 46, 46.
Punch in the hole.
I don't think this guy is intentionally throwing. I think the rest of the team. I think there's literally 2 people. I think it's the fused guy and the sauna guy are the only 2 not throwing. The other, remember that, sauna and fused are the only 2 not legitimately throwing. They're just playing other stuff. Like,
Let the devil.
this is unbelievable. The Elsa's trying? I don't think the Elsa's trying.
There you are.
Oh, sorry. That's his team. We're looking at the enemy team. We're looking at the enemy team there.
Moving again.
Like these guys.
Invisible?
This is actually heinous. This is bad. I think legitimately,
These are sounds I never
I was saying earlier, I was like, I hope NetEase actually brings the hammer down. Like, full, like, lawsuit. Anything but a job to get money. Like, part of me, like, hopes. It's probably not, but part of me hopes it's, like, teenagers that literally, like, don't have jobs and don't, you know what I mean? Just leave the game when this happens. It's so annoying. I mean, like, but then you lose your own elo, and then you also get a warning for leaving, you know?
Get that vehicle moving.
That doesn't really solve it.
Down to 30 seconds.
Unfortunately, it's probably grown-ass adults. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Yo, what a push from the invis. Did you guys see that? Yo, I clocked that. That was crazy.
Keep going.
Yeah, like you said, if I leave the game, I lose the elo, take a 15-minute ban, and then it happens again next game. Yep.
You'll have to keep fighting until you have a winner.
And you give the throwers point compensation? What are you talking about?
I am ready to put on a show.
Wait, they surrendered right at the last second?
Epic victory.
Wait, so they really were wasting your time. Wait, they actually just sat there and wasted your entire day. Wait, so they were trying to keep the throwers from claiming the bounty so they could claim the bounty, and then they decided to just waste the entire time, then right at the end gave up so you couldn't get the win. Or so that they would win. Bro, that is actually diabolical. Did you asked me if I wanted to queue up today. I don't know if I want. I don't know, but I don't know if I want to anymore. Now I'm like, I don't know, this might be a bad idea. Well, let's just play some games and see how it goes, shall we? And if it's kind of shit, then we'll go play God of War. What's the worst that could happen, right?